Pokemon, like really shitty 90s virtual.
Yeah.
And then like the firewall morphs into like a red dragon that's like or green dragon made of like cyber lines. And it just like shoots data. It's just like binary, like but it's like an 8-bit roar.
Are you
They're just
telling
like,
me?
oh god.
Are you telling me that this is what Cyber Chase should have been?
They fucking like whip out their wrist and like a dual disc, but it's a keyboard, and there's like
No. Hey, bud. Been recording, by the way.
that's a fire idea.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. You've been recording and I can't see you.
Yeah, you're not fucking allowed, I guess.
How am I supposed to play off of our chemistry, if I can't see your reaction to things?
Have you tried fucking yourself?
I tried. And, bad news.
I did not pop out the player, you dirty bitch. I do what I want. I do what I want.
Whatever. I do what I want.
Forever, ever? Forever, ever?
Okay, I love Outkast, but I gotta stay away from the music.
Why? Do you not like Outkast's music anymore? Or is there something with Outkast?
We're recording.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna sing any more than that. We're not gonna get in trouble. As far as they know, I just said forever, ever, and my voice cracked. I'm a young man.
You know what they say? Forever never seems that long until it's gone. Oh man, I love Outkast, dude. Andre 3000, easily top 5 rapper.
Did you see that cartoon he came out with?
Class of 3000? Yeah, his name was Sonny.
I think we talked about this already, probably a little bit. I don't know if it was on stream though. I cannot confirm, but you guys let us know. So last week we had the awesome Blaze Donut on. What are you?
I'm trying to make my hands fart.
I have some announcements, but I'll wait till you welcome us into the fray.
Fray?
Into the fray.
Well, step 1, we need to talk.
Okay.
Step 2, sit down. It's just a talk. Is this one going over your head? Did I make a music reference?
Yeah, maybe I'm just dumb.
It's a band called The Fray.
Oh, I know of the band, but I haven't listened to any of their stuff.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, so this is a podcast, right?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
You were getting very sleepy.
Can I stop you for a minute? Could be.
Is this a podcast? It is a podcast. Not only is it a podcast, it's the Milktown podcast. Welcome back to Milktown.
I'm gonna start. Man, I was editing last week, and I don't know. Maybe I was just having like a bad editing time, but I just lost all my timestamps for everything, and I had to fucking it was such a bummer. Anyway, that's behind the scenes stuff. You guys don't care about that. You care about updates and shit with life. And I have some for you. I put in my 2 weeks at my fucking job.
It's true.
When this goes live, I will be working the first day of my last week at that job.
Yes.
I have family affairs to attend to that are more important. You should always put family stuff first if you love your family and care about them. You don't have to, though. You can just not give a shit about them, and that's valid, too.
It's true.
So, and by family,
both
I don't mean
sentiments
blood
are
family.
equally true.
They are. I don't mean blood family. I just mean any family. I got family over there who's not blood who needs my help. Then I got family who needs my help. I'm not going to give too many details, but there's some slimy-ass people who are doing my family dirty. I will find you, and I will record an episode of Milktown with a diss track on it. Anyway.
What? What? Okay. Whoa. I immediately wanted to start freestyle rapping, but I was worried that I would get into some shit that I wouldn't be able to crawl out of. So, not going to do it. Nate has heard me freestyle. I can.
Yeah, so I won't be returning to that job. I'll probably do college and part-time, which gives me more time to do this. No, the other shit that I want to do.
True.
And I'll be able to pay for my car. That's the idea.
I wonder if I'm gonna say anything other than "it's true" this episode.
You're the Kurt Angle of this episode. Shaved head, fucking, it's true. It's damn true. You better just pull out the milk now, smash it together, pour it all over your head. Speaking of smash that like button now. Not later, not after you've heard the episode already. Now. Right now, you're not going to regret it. This is some good shit this episode, man. This is some explicit content for you. So if you're a kid, get the fuck out. Somebody became not a kid today, from what I hear.
Hold on. First, you come in here, you tell me to do the introduction. Yeah, okay, I'm used to that. I do the introduction. And then you come in here and you take my YouTube call out. Yeah, well, that's enough to get me to the toilet.
I'm sorry.
It's my nephew's 18th birthday.
I didn't mean to be so forward today. Yeah, happy birthday, nephew.
Happy birthday, nephew.
Yeah, I pictured that in my head. I was like, shit, what a missed opportunity. He's not even my nephew, though. So, as a matter of fact, I don't have any nieces or nephews. Everyone's gay, and I'm a fan of that. I'm with it.
That's awesome.
So, and I'm not having any kids, so it might just stop.
It was just the way you said it. I don't have any nieces or nephews. Everyone's gay.
Dude.
And there's room for everybody in there.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, when did you start recording? Were you recording for my glasses bit?
No, after that, sadly.
So I started this a second ago with, I said, you may be wondering how many glasses I have near me. Well, the answer may surprise you. And then I did this. Oh my god! And then that's what. If you got the cyber anime bit, that's it. This inspired that conversation. Oh, man.
Also, didn't realize your nephew listened to us. Like you shouldn't. You sent me the picture, and homie is wearing the Milktown merch.
Yeah, he is,
and automatically makes me a fan of him.
Not only does he listen, I didn't give him that. He bought that of his own volition without telling me.
Oh, I fuck with that. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Mario did the same thing.
Cool.
When Mario popped up in the chat, he's like, guess who got the drip? I was like, my man. You didn't have to do that, Mario.
No, Mario won the giveaway.
Did he?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, on your birthday.
Mario, you didn't have to win. Everybody who played me in Magic last night did not win. I feel bad. Well, okay, first can I give you a shout out, even though we're both here? I really appreciate that I was playing fucking Kingdom Hearts, unrelated to Magic that I've been playing in the background. You fucking said Okaiba my ass. You came onto my stream, in my chat, and went, oh yeah, I just gotta beat your ass in Magic. And I was like, is he talking to me? Are you talking to me?
You know what's fucked up too is like I went in there fully confident. I was like, I'm just gonna play him mono black on stream and whip his ass. And then you beat me twice.
I did.
And I was like, damn, all right. So I went and I crafted a new deck, one that I haven't play tested, that I thought Nate would like. It's all based on the Throne of Eldraine set, which is like fairy tale inspired art and stuff and card thematics. And Nate fucking blew my ass out of the water.
I wish you had told me. I think you told me you had just made the deck. You didn't tell me you were in playtest mode. I have a different deck. It is also red-blue, but it's not. It doesn't go as hard. Wizards and Lizards, red-blue goes hard. I have another deck called Is It Worth It? Because is it red-blue? Is it worth it? And I specifically use that when somebody tells me, hey, I want to playtest something. Because that deck that I have sucks ass.
Yeah, you pulled Niv Mizzet on me and like a bunch of Jumpstart, which is drawing cards, and then he had card effects that deal damage to me every time I draw cards, or to a creature every time I draw cards. Okay. And it was hectic, man, and it was getting late. It was midnight. I had to work today.
I was tired,
and
bro.
I literally just like I think I still had 21 life left, and then like everything that I
No.
was putting out was just countered or destroyed, and I was just like, I'm going to fucking bed, and I just closed everything and left.
Yeah, no, we weren't both at 21. We were like at 8 and like 10 or something smaller. But you had, even without Oko, you had the game. You had that big 5-6 trample motherfucker out. Like by all means, you had it. Like a lot of it. So I was shocked when you're like, I'm going to bed. I was like, ugh, man, I hope I didn't like piss him off too bad. Because I don't really play jank decks. If you don't like playing me, you're gonna hate playing against Pale Cran. Pale Cran does nothing all day but make jank decks like that combo turn 1, turn 2, and you can't play. I like to play Magic. Not everybody likes to play. Some people
Yeah.
consider that playing, but I'm not one of those people.
It's all good, man.
And then poor Mario had the same thing. I played him next. I beat his ass too, and he was fucking like, "Yeah, I'm out of here." And I'm like, I guess I just won't play anymore.
Well, it's like I know I get it. Like you made a good deck. Like it's hard to be mad at that. It's just like it was already late. You didn't see what I had in my hand.
No.
Um,
Well,
so it was
I did see Oko because
well,
the way you pulled him had you reveal it. You searched for him.
yes,
So I held
yes.
cancel in my hand until I'm like, no, if Oko goes off, I'm gonna fucking lose. I don't want to lose.
Well,
So
it's
like,
not it's not the broken Oko.
well,
There's two Okos in
yeah,
game. One is banned, the other's not.
yeah. No, I wasn't worried about that. It just anytime a planeswalker comes on, they're typically target numero uno, just because if they do go off all the way, it's pretty gross.
But what sucks is like that deck also has a lot of like fill your graveyard and then creatures become like power toughness based on how many creatures are in your graveyard. And then you destroyed my creatures that did that, and then my graveyard was already full of creatures. I was running out of cannon fodder.
Yeah,
So it's like
I get that. Because I play the Vraska deck, same thing. Undergrowth, get +1/+1 for each whatever in your grave,
Mhm.
and there was a person who was like, "Oh, like I think it was like an ability or enchantment or something. Anything that your opponent would send to the graveyard, send it to exile instead." Guess what doesn't count as the fucking graveyard? Exile doesn't
Yeah,
count.
Exile
So I send
doesn't.
out my wimpy ass things for 4 mana and get fucking destroyed. Anyway, this isn't about Magic, but we did have. I just wanted to say I appreciated it all the way through. That was very anime of you to come in and be like.
I
Play your
issued
last
you a
pathetic
challenge in your
card,
own
you-
dojo.
Right.
Oh, speaking of Kaiba, so Knucklehead and I are talking about getting another dog, and Nate knows about this, and his chat knows about this a little bit. But um, at first, we were looking at like an older dog, just because adopt don't shop.
hmm
So we were looking at like an older dog, but the foster family that has her hasn't gotten back to us. It's been like 2.5 weeks. So we haven't we put in an application for her, haven't had the chance to meet her or anything. So she started looking at other shelters, and recently there was a flash flood where I'm at, like literally out of nowhere. It was declared a state of emergency by FEMA, like literally a natural disaster. St. Louis was underwater for a day, only a day, but it happened within the span of about 45 minutes.
See, blue players, this is all your fucking fault.
So,
Things are underwater.
um,
It's all you.
as a result of that flash flooding, some of the shelters got flooded, and
Oh,
a lot of smaller dogs and puppies died in the flood because
ooh,
they were too small to
that's really
stay above
sad.
water.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, really terrible.
Oh my
And
goodness. Okay.
one of these puppies, not one of the puppies that has been born since the flood, which happened 2 weeks ago. I mean, he's
hmm
2 months old, but he's at a shelter where we got our other dog, and like same breed, really cute dude. Nate saw a picture of him earlier,
Oh my god.
and we were trying to decide on names for him. And I want you guys to let me know in the comments what you think the name should be between these options. We've got it narrowed down to 4 realistically. So, name option number 1, Ozai. After Fire Lord Ozai. I know
Give it
you're thinking,
up.
why the bad guy? I'll tell you why. Because he was voiced by Mark Hamill, and Mark Hamill's the goat. So, Ozai is option number 1. Option number 2, Kaiba. You may be thinking, there's a theme going on here. And you're right. And the only reason I offered up Kaiba is because for Christmas, I got Knucklehead a Blue Eyes White Dragon card rug.
Oh,
So
okay.
we have, as soon as you walk into our house, there's a Blue Eyes White Dragon. And I constantly say, my grandpa's deck has no bad cards, Kaiba.
I was literally gonna say that after I told the play your last pathetic card, Yugi. My grandfather's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba.
Yeah, I say that all the time. Option number 3, Django. Um, Two reasons there. One being Django Fett. Knucklehead's a huge Star Wars fan. Reason number 2, I really like the movie Django Unchained. So that was the one that came up. We
did talk
corroborated on that. Yeah, and then option number 4, which seems to be the forerunner here, is Kronk. Kronk, as in,
as in pull the
AMC's my hands. The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've been deliberating on names. We just put in the application for him yesterday, so we're kind of waiting to hear back on when we can go and meet him with the other 2. So, with our 2 dogs, we're taking our dogs to the shelter to meet that dog so they can get used to him a little bit. He's too young to really be like, oh yeah, how does he like these dogs? Like, he's a puppy. He can learn to interact with anything, so be all right. But that's what we're
the real life version of Nintendogs.
Never played Nintendogs.
Neither did I, but I know enough.
I put my DS away. I had my DS out a minute ago. I didn't have a DS until I was 22. So
hey, me too, but I wasn't 22. I was 20, I think. I had my first Nintendo handheld at 20.
Oh wait, we may have gotten our DSs at the same time because I actually wasn't 22. I was 23.
That is possible because
we're 3 years apart.
I got mine in the summer though.
Same, 2019.
Yeah, 2019. I'm sick of you, son. To get the fuck out of here. I got mine on a date, on a quote unquote date with someone, and they were like, "Fuck it, we should buy 3DSs." And then I never talked to her again because she was very comfortable saying certain words that I wasn't down to clown with. And she was one of those, look at me, I'm edgy, but I'm also, she was older. She's older than you. Not like too much older than you, but like.
She was 78.
But I just, it was gross. Anyway.
Yeah, no, that sounds problematic. But here's something that's not problematic. I found one of my coffee mugs that I bought. I got it at a thrift store. I was really excited about it because it's like a 90s era cartoon mug with Taz on it.
Hell yeah.
And the bad news is it's got a huge chip in the lip of it there.
Dude, it just has a huge chip on its shoulder. It's fine.
So, got a sweet little pen holder for my office now.
I had one of those, but there was too much shit on the desk, so I had to move it.
I wish I had cooler news for you guys. I actually had something I wanted to talk about on the show, but about 4 hours of my day was wasted today doing investigative journalism trying to find out more about this topic. But I never got an answer from the subject of the topic, so I don't know if I can talk about it.
There you go. I was just proud of your diligence. I won't say too much, but dude, impressive. Not easy to find the information you found. I was very impressed when you came back with the name. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, when you came back, I was like, holy shit. Like, usually you never find those kinds of guys. We're talking about jobbers as an overall theme. I won't tell much more than that, but sometimes it's hard to find wrestling jobbers because they'll work a match and then disappear. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And you did a good job. Speaking of stuff on my desk, we're going to do that Funko Pop of the Week stuff again. And I have something else on my desk, but it's not what I showed you. Everybody's going to have to wait for what I showed you. What I have on my desk right now is we have our boy Sven from Frozen. Little fucking reindeer dude, man. You look so like, well, that's weak. I like Sven from Frozen, okay? You be nice to me. You have him. I can't beat that. I can't beat him. You fucking, his infernal majesty is just not to be beaten. I understand.
I also looked up the value of 2 of my box pops here. Mm-hmm. The bottom row of my stack is worth $100, and there's 2 pops there.
Solid. Yeah.
I didn't even look up the other three because I actually like those and would keep them. So they're Batman the Animated Series pops. And I've talked about how much I love Batman the Animated Series on the show before.
You have.
So
So yeah, your boy is setting out on a trip to California. Got a lot of shit I
like
need to do.
Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah. I almost started singing again. Stop it. Um, but I'm excited, man. I mean, I'm happy to go visit peeps. Milktown will still be coming out regularly. You guys won't miss a
Yeah.
beat. Don't worry about that. We got this. But I'm mad excited. It cannot be understated. Your boy is in his heart always a stoner, even if he doesn't show it. And California is the capital of such activities.
Is it? Because I would say Amsterdam is. What?
Amsterdam.
Am I wrong?
Are they not the ones with the strict laws about it? I could be confused.
Amsterdam, like in the Netherlands,
Were
you
they
can
the
go,
no? They were the first ones to legalize it, right? Because they
It's like where you can go and just like get weed
go
with
to the
coffee.
coffee shop. I was thinking of never mind. I've been watching a lot of videos and I got all my countries mixed up. Leave it to me to try to correct the GeoGuessr guy. I guess I'll just go fuck myself. Okay, look.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, I'm excited. One cannabis creator, shall we say? If we ever get monetized, this video is gonna be a lot of our videos are gonna be really weird and iffy. Anyway, he made the Forbes magazine today as like a top creator. He's going to be starring in the first ever nationally aired cannabis commercial. Like a pro cannabis commercial. We haven't had one of those in the US yet for everybody else around the world. And he's going to be starring in the first one as a delivery driver. I can't wait for that commercial to drop. I've never been so excited for a commercial to drop in my fucking life. Because that means progress. And it does have a lot of medicinal uses, and I hope it means progress, but life
Progress
be hard.
in the time. What is progress to the Dark Ages? You like it's weird to throw that word around whenever things are the way that they are, but that brings up an interesting conversation about the validity of the word progress. What does it mean? What does progress mean? Progress doesn't. It's not mutually exclusive to all things.
Progress is subjective, man.
Yeah, so I don't want people to hear that and be like, how can you guys talk about progress when things are moving backwards 70 years?
Yeah, no. Subjective per topic, I'd even say. No, it's just...
Hey, we don't talk about politics,
Bruno.
but Nate and I are on your side.
Yeah. Man, I'm so pissed. I don't even going to talk about it. I was so pissed from that. I think when they passed that shit, the podcast we made, we just looked at each other and we went, so we're pissed, but we have to keep pushing. Anyway.
Like, we don't have many rules, right? It's no politics, no religion.
Respect people juice.
And drink respect people juice every time.
Yeah.
And I kind of broke the religion rule, but it was also tangential to ghosts. And I don't know if you can talk about ghosts without necessarily bringing up a little bit of
I don't
religion.
think you broke it. I'm not convinced that you... Like,
so
we can talk about topics, but I'm not going to debate with anyone, you know what I mean? We don't want the comments to become a war section. Go...
Yeah, no.
There are certain creators you can go do that with. But I am... Everybody knows I'm very much pro 420. Not just for the party benefit, but for medical benefits that people are just fucking missing out on. And it's a bummer here, man. It's a wash.
What I found is I don't want to hop on any bandwagons here. I don't want to, because I think that there is a lot of medical self-diagnosis happening via the internet these days.
Oh yeah, I'm not. Oh yeah, that's a whole nother can of worms right there, bud.
And I don't want to fall into that category where I sound like I'm medically self-diagnosing myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna boil it down to um, I can focus, and the way my brain works, I can think about 9 different things at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't affect any other aspects of my focus. And what I found is that there are certain things that I can do.
Dude, you can say it, right? You can say
Yeah,
it. It's
I don't want to say
2022.
it.
Say it.
I don't want to say
I
it.
dare
I
you.
don't want to say it.
All right.
We both live in states where we really can't. So,
That's facts. No, I'm only going to
um,
talk about my experience in California. I wouldn't.
there are certain things that I can do that help me kind of zero in that focus on one thing, which is great. Especially like I started writing scripts for my YouTube channel recently, and it's hard to sit there and
Mhm.
because the first okay, I'm gonna say this now because I don't want to put money on it, and they took it off of a streaming service. So the actually, I could talk about that a little bit if you guys just want to hear about the first half of this movie notes that I have. But I was watching a movie. It's called Cool World.
Mhm.
It's from 1992 and it stars Brad Pitt. Um, it's basically like if Who Framed Roger Rabbit was corn, if that makes sense. If you watch a lot of
Oh,
TikTok videos.
oh. Are you
So,
talking about popcorn?
uh, I'm talking about incognito tab corn.
Yeah, I thought so. So popcorn. We're on the same page, okay.
So I was watching this movie,
This
right?
episode
And
is fucking.
I had 4 pages of notes
Uh huh.
on the first half of the movie. It's like an hour and a half long.
Hmm.
And I just there are notes in here. I'm gonna find one exactly. Because I was literally like, I don't know if I can make this movie or make this video.
I bet the film creators were like, we don't know if we can make this movie, but here we are.
Where is this? Here it is. This is the note. It says, I'm not sure I can even make a video on this movie without getting taken down. That's in the middle of page 3.
Dude. uh, corn,
And then the
baby.
next line is, so Jack and Frank finally meet at the Pervy Coyote rave.
You should have led the episode with that. That's like
Oh, here we
D&D
go.
campaign opening material right there.
Frank confiscates Jack's fountain pen because it's a weapon, and then explains that there's only one rule in Cool World. Noids don't have sex with doodles. That's
I
Brad Pitt delivering that line, by the way. Noids are humanoids, like human people. Doodles are the cartoons. And that's the only rule there. Like, what? What kind of fucking world building is that? Bless you twice.
Thank you. The microphone never even knew I
No,
almost said
but
throw up.
the
But the camera did.
But yeah, so
Wow.
yeah,
Dude.
this whole movie was ridiculous, man. And I'm only halfway through it, but they took it off the streaming service I was watching it on. I'm not gonna pay money for it because it's bad. So I'm gonna nix the video and just start a different one.
Yeah, I have that problem for about like 10 video scripts in my Google Docs right now. It's like I just keep going, not yet, not time. Like I was doing the Jack and Daxter, I was on it, I was pushing through. I'm like, you know what? Jack month's not till December, and I know I don't have to, but I want to be part of the community that does. I want to be in that same I just want to be in, you know what I mean? I want to be in on the joke, damn it. It's not even a joke. I love Jack and Daxter. And Bandicoot month just passed. It was June. So I think I'm just going to release my Bandicoot shit anyway.
Mm.
And then I'll do the Jack shit. I'll do Jack
Oh,
shit. Fuck all, truly.
so speaking of streaming,
Mm-hmm.
Nate, you've been a part of the Friday Night Frieds community.
I
I
have.
recently got an invite
Yeah,
to
man.
be a part of that as well, which is very cool. Um, Not necessarily anything formal, but it's like if I want to sign up for a time slot on
Yeah.
Friday Night Frights, I can. Which is cool because on my new stream schedule, Friday nights were gonna be horror movie watch party nights on my stream.
Nice.
So it's kind of funny that Friday Night Frights lines up with what I was gonna do on my stream.
Yeah,
Um,
that's how it happened for me too. And then I was like, well, once I get you an AGD, I was like, if you're a streamer, they're gonna pick up on it and then be like, hey, come do the community, and you can do charities with us too now.
yeah, and that's very
That'll be
cool.
very fucking dope.
I'm
So
stoked about that. I love being able to help out like that. That's very cool. But
yeah.
the thing I wanted to say is, so Twitch, the way that Twitch works,
Hmm.
they offer a watch party scenario type stream where basically Twitch is connected to Amazon.
Hmm.
So anything that's on Amazon Prime, you can watch as a watch party with all of your viewers, and it's not going to get taken down. Um, do you know what was recently added to Amazon Prime?
Is it Power Rangers? That'd be really cool.
The newest Candyman,
Oh,
which I haven't seen yet.
I, you, we, treat. That's English.
Yep, that you're right.
If you're signed up, if you're doing that for Friday Night Frights, let me know because I want to raid into you if you're gonna do that.
Well, so one of the issues right now is, and actually this is it's a little early to talk about it, but whatever. So this weekend I have some work going on, so I won't be able to stay up late and stream.
Hmm.
Next weekend I will be out of town.
Yeah.
So
Oh, so we're both gonna be gone that weekend, kinda in a sense. Because
yes, I
next
think
weekend
you're
I'll be on my flight.
yeah. So I'm not going very far. I'm only going a couple hours away, but me and two of my brothers were going to Peoria, Illinois, which
Oh,
is where they hold one of the bigger disc golf tournaments of the year, at least in terms of cash payout for the
are
players.
you
So
in? Are you playing?
no, I'm not playing,
Oh, okay.
but I my two brothers and I we all got VIP packages, so we get like spectator packs with like discs and stuff and meal
Nice.
passes, so we'll get to eat with the pros. Um,
Rub elbows.
and we've got a hotel room in Peoria, and we're gonna watch. It's the Ledgestone Open, and it's gonna be really fun. I think we are gonna play that course because I'm pretty sure there are times reserved to where people can just go and play it outside of the tournament.
Hmm.
So should be a pretty fun time. I'm excited about it.
And that's good for the course, right? Because that brings in like income and revenue for them to upkeep the all the stuff.
Yeah, so not only is it good for the course, which is it's a really cool course by the way,
Hmm.
um, but the Ledgestone is a company that sponsors the event, and they pour a lot of money into it, man. Like they really take care of the disc golfers there, which is cool
Excellent.
because
Yeah.
really before like the last 2 years, that was the big sponsorship event. Like now they've got sponsors on like vinyl wraps on the chains, so it's kind of cool. It's evolving. The sport is evolving, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited. There's going to be some pros that I really want to see there, and I've got um, a disc that my brother took to Texas, and he had my favorite disc golfer sign it. So I'm going to see if I
Oh,
can get some
nice.
more signatures on there, and I'll hang it up in here. But yeah, really cool stuff, and that's what I've got coming up. That's prohibiting me from getting into my Friday night streams, but I will be. I have been streaming again a little bit.
Yeah, dude.
Um,
I the first one I was in chat hanging out. Second one I was lurking. I was there, but I was lurking. And some
yeah.
guy was like, "Oh, I'm about to help you out in GeoGuessr." I
Mhm.
didn't want to interrupt it. He seemed like he had a good like, or she had a good brainwave going on, or they. Um, they were like, "I'm here to help you," and I'm like, "Okay, I want to see this person help you in GeoGuessr." I fell asleep shortly after, so I don't know how much that person actually helped you.
They
Uh,
didn't at all, and that's
oh,
fine. No, it's fine because they said that they were like, yeah, I'm about to help you out, and I was like, hey, I do want to preface this by saying I'm not competitive in this. I don't take
mhm.
it competitively. I do this strictly for entertainment purposes. You're more than welcome to help, but I'm not trying to like set any records or anything like that.
Are there
So and then
records?
yeah, there's
Are there speed runs? Like do X amount next time, or
there is a man. That
Of course there is. Go ahead.
there's a man that will do where he can only see an image for zero point 0.1 seconds and
No,
he will
fuck
get
that.
within miles of the location in the whole world.
Man, up there with that amount of talent, I was a kid when this was on. It was some show about people with special talents. This dude could look at a vacuum and tell you the exact like brand, make and model like a damn car. They brought in like
Was
20 vacuums and this motherfucker goes, "This is a Bissell fucking this and that. This is a all the way down the
Bissell,
line, dude."
whoa.
Like he was going off.
Was that Stan Lee's Superhumans?
I don't know. I have no idea. You could. I don't know. That doesn't sound familiar, but it could be. I've.
There was a show on TV called Stan Lee's Superhumans, and it was about real people. It was, I don't think Stan Lee had anything to do with it other than the name and like a couple of like little scripted pieces, but it
So
was
the
people
MCU.
that were like contortionists that could like squeeze their body into a briefcase and stuff like that. And like
Ugh.
people that could like dunk their arm into boiling water and like come out unscathed.
That's a
So
real. That's an actual. That's a real superpower right
yeah,
there.
it
That's
was
some
kind of a
shit,
cool
dude.
show. It was, I think it was on the same channel that did do you remember Deadliest Warrior?
That's. Oh, I don't want to say the channel. I know what channel it is though. Unless I'm allowed
Yeah.
to. I don't think I am though.
I don't know. It might not even exist anymore if I'm being honest with you. I think I remember that it got absorbed into another channel.
It could have, yeah. Because also A Thousand Ways to Die was on the
Yes.
same channel. So and I loved A Thousand Ways to Die when I was a kid. Should not have been watching it. Very sexual, very overly sexual, and like drug use. Like I don't know. Like they tried to make it so that like so the deaths were real, like based off of real people, but not all those people
Yes.
were bad. They tried to script it in a way to make sure, like, well, we're only going to show bad people dying, so people feel a little better. So it'd be like Frank was a bank robber, and he fucking taped a bomb to his chest. The teller at the bank ran away. She set off her key fob, same frequency as the bomb, set the bomb off, and blew himself up.
Do you remember there was an
So
episode of
fuck.
that show?
I've seen them all, so probably remember.
There was an episode of that show where a guy was at a nightclub and he tied a kielbasa or kielbasa,
Mhm.
if you're American, to his thigh, and it cut off the
Yes.
circulation in his
Yes.
femoral artery and it killed
Yes.
him.
Yes.
Oh my
Oh my
god,
gosh.
dude. But
Um,
yeah, so
man, I could
that's,
talk about fucking A Thousand Ways to Die all day.
I don't want to.
This episode's not getting monetized. We've already talked about like several topics that are just
Well, okay, how about this? We could talk about the Meiji Restoration in Japan.
what's that?
Really? Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Allow me to enlighten
Yeah,
you.
do that.
Have you ever seen the movie The Last Samurai?
Like once in passing
Okay.
a long time ago.
So the premise of Last Samurai, Tom Cruise,
Mhm.
white savior type.
Yes. Yeah.
As much as I hate that trope, I do like the movie. But he is a former Civil War captain
Hmm.
who, after the war, is trying to find purpose, and he winds up as like a spokesman for a repeating rifle, and he's like a sharpshooter, and he's really good. And it's that they advertise the rifle as like the way to kill indigenous Americans. And he kind of takes offense to that because he wasn't like, and granted this is a movie,
Yeah. Well, of
but
course. Yeah.
but he like takes offense to it because like he's conflicted about how he feels about the war,
Hmm.
which I'm not. There probably were people like that. People have been people since people have been people, if that makes sense.
All the lonely people. Where do they all come from?
So as a result, he winds up with this like benefactor, I guess is the word, that has a client in Japan, and it's like he's like an arms dealer, not in Japan, but the dude that's going to Japan is like an arms dealer. He's trying to supply Japan with firearms because they want to modernize, which is part of the Meiji Restoration. So he goes to Japan, and almost immediately he winds up basically in the care of samurai after he like had has a duel with one,
Mm-hmm.
and while he's there, he learns about, basically samurai beliefs, which are very cool. If you don't know anything about samurai beliefs, I can touch on that too.
Bushido.
Yeah, Bushido, the way the warrior.
Mm-hmm. I learned about that in my MMA class.
Yeah, well, it also it applies to more than just MMA. Like
Well, of course,
I
yeah.
but he winds up, and also Ken Watanabe is in it, and who doesn't love Ken Watanabe? Um, but he spends a lot of time there, and he really grows connected with the samurai way, and eventually he winds up fighting the men that he trained, and it's got kind of an ambiguous ending. I like the movie as much as it is like a white savior type movie,
Mm-hmm.
but regardless, it really does have historical value in that it kind of highlights a meme that I saw where it said like samurai existed up until like 1870 or something like that, and then Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in like 1864, and the fax machine was invented at this time in the form of a telegraph. And it's like there was a period of time where Abraham Lincoln could have sent a fax to a samurai, and it's not wrong. Uh, because I mean the samurai did exist up until the Meiji Restoration. So if you don't know about samurai, samurai have their purpose, what they view as their purpose or viewed as their purpose was to serve a shogun or an emperor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and during the eras of like feudal Japan or feudal Edo, there were multiple different shoguns for each region of Japan,
There's a whole caste
and
system they got going on with the.
a little bit, yeah. But there were multiple different, so there were like different factions of samurai essentially. But
Mm-hmm.
um, Emperor Meiji, when he came into power, he was a younger emperor, and he was really influenced by Western culture, like Britain and America.
My
He tried
man's
to
was
establish
like,
trade
"Yo,
with
that
them,
Samsung Galaxy looking kind of good. Let's get us some of them."
right? Well, he could have just took like a ferry ride, like 6 hours northwest, and then wound up where they're made. But
Right.
um,
Oh shit! Yeah.
during
Oof.
during
I
yeah,
didn't give that more than 2 seconds of thought. Oh, yeah. Bummer. Anyway.
yeah. But regardless, this is so Meiji. He was trying to like modernize Japan. He was building railroads. He was trying to industrialize, like really bring about manufacturing and establish Japan as its own entity, really,
Mhm.
instead of relying on the support of other countries. And that movie makes it seem like he's the bad guy.
Mhm.
And in ways, it could be because he's kind of turning his back on what was tradition. And if you know anything about Japanese culture, tradition and wisdom and honor are very important. Um, so when that
Shame is worse
happened,
than death.
yes. So when that happened, it basically ostracized the samurai to the point of extinction.
Mm.
So that was the historical significance of the Meiji Restoration, which is really just industrial era Japan, which was happening at about the same time that America was industrializing. So it's kind of crazy that the way that America thinks of industrialization as a result of the Reconstruction after the Civil War,
Mhm.
Japan had a very similar, if not parallel, situation, but their Civil War being the different feudal states and eventually, conglomerating into one unified Japan and then abandoning tradition. It's a really cool topic if you are interested in learning about it. I was going to talk more about it. I didn't do a ton of research. I had it written down, but then I got distracted by something today that kind of took me away from that.
uh,
So,
Similar vein, Glory. Have you seen Glory?
is that the Civil War
It is a
movie?
Civil War movie.
I think I have. Is Denzel in that?
Denzel and Morgan Freeman. So,
Okay. I have seen clips of it or have maybe seen it in its
yeah.
entirety
It
once,
is
but I don't
about
remember
the
it.
54th Massachusetts Infantry and how it was made up of basically all black men. To fight in the Civil War, and like if they fought, they
Hmm.
could, be free or whatever have you. And the conditions were just horrible. No socks. You know, and when I got exposed to it, I was in middle school, and so like I thought you know when you're a middle schooler, you think everything's funny, ha ha, ha, you know, no socks. You watch the movie, you run around in fucking military boots all day, no socks, just going through swamps and shit. It
Yeah,
fucked
trench
them
foot.
up. It fucked them up. The whole movie was. I'll never fucking forget that movie. Go watch Glory if you haven't. Get some fucking perspective, man.
Yeah,
Jesus. Whew.
there's a lot of good historical movies out there, and there are also dissertations on the historical inaccuracies of said movies.
The
One
Boy
of
in the
my
Striped
favorites.
Pajamas is a good movie to go watch too.
One of my favorite movies that references like historical America is The Patriot.
Mhm.
Um, I just found out that Knucklehead hasn't seen it, and we were talking about Jason Isaacs. We were talking about him as Lucius Malfoy, but I was like, "Have you seen him in anything else?" Because he was amazing in The Patriot, but he played Benastre Tarleton. But yeah, really fucking good movie. So good. Heath Ledger. Oh man, R.I.P. Heath Ledger. But sorry, I got off on a tangent about historical shit.
You're good.
I'm not. I'm not saying I'm the biggest fan of the country I live in. There are people that will hear this and say, "If you don't like it, leave." And I'm trying. Uh, but
That sounded like straight out of a comedy routine right there. I'm trying. You delivered that like, oh, what's his name? I'm not gonna be right.
Mark
Oh.
Normand.
Yes. Yep, that's the
Yeah,
guy. It was
as you said that, I was like,
yeah.
yeah, that feels very
I
Mark
was
Normand.
Mark something. I was like, yes, yeah. He's offensive, but he's funny as fuck if you have a good sense of humor, which I do.
Yeah.
I don't take offense to many things, so if you've ever offended me, you really fucked up. That dude's so funny.
But it's funny that I'm like, oh yeah, I love The Patriot. It's such a good movie. The Last Samurai. It's such a good movie. And then one of my favorite video games ever made is Assassin's Creed 3, which is set in colonial America.
And everybody shat on that one. I didn't get to play, so I haven't really played much of the Assassin's Creed series. I played Brotherhood, I think it was.
I hope they let this go inside. I love Brotherhood, man.
So yeah, but when I heard 3 and Revolutionary War was like one of my favorite wars ever. You shouldn't have a favorite war. War's horrible, right? But it's a piece of history that happened, and I just think there was so much extra sass. It was just a bunch of sassy British fucking white men just sassing each other. Dude, the Boston Tea Party's just salt. Like, that's just what people do now when they can't fucking speedrun crash in record time. They fucking dump their tea all over the... Like, the whole thing was just super sassy. A lot of people died, though. That's no joke. But, like, damn were they sassy. They were writing each other letters and shit. Also, half of those guys, very gay. Very, very gay. Specifically, Alexander Hamilton, very gay. They found some of his letters. And they're in museums, but there are parts that are censored out because this man was trying to fuck his homies. Like,
Damn, sounds like Nate.
it does. Guilty.
But going back to Assassin's Creed 3.
No, go back to fucking the homies. I wasn't done.
Dude, Assassin's Creed 3 was okay. The cool thing about Assassin's Creed 3 is because when you hear Revolutionary America, you're like, oh, you're going to play as like a white British dude, formerly British dude, rebelling against Britain.
Mhm.
Because that seems to be in line with assassin ideology.
Are you about to tell me you play as a lobsterback?
Exactly.
Do you really?
I'm
gonna go pick up the game right now if you're playing for the British side and not the...
So the way that it starts, you are playing as a white British guy.
Okay, but what side is he on?
Indeterminate.
I like that. Oh man, now I gotta go fucking play Assassin's Creed 3. Put that on top of like Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War, and fucking a whole bunch of other shit I haven't played.
But as the game progresses, you get introduced to the real main character, whose his name is Ranhat Gatun. He is Native American, and you are navigating colonial America as a Native American man.
Wait, no one even told me about that. So the white guy from all like he's not even like the main dude.
No. It's really good game, man.
I gotta get into
It
this
made me cry. That game made me
I
cry.
gotta get into this Assassin's Creed shit more, bro. What? I had no
And
idea.
for its faults, Assassin's Creed is kind of really dope at pointing out stuff in history that you may not think about.
Yeah.
For example, Pirates of the Caribbean. We're both young enough to where when Pirates of the Caribbean came out, we were very young and impressionable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we saw it and we're like, oh, it's a Pirates movie.
Yep.
Have you ever correlated the geography with Pirates of the Caribbean?
I've never thought about it. No, I can't say that I have.
So, I have a notebook. I also have a map behind me, but I'm not going to pull the map off the wall. Let me grab my notebook and I'll just draw a quick map for you here. So, we've got the United States, which looks nothing like that, with Mexico. And then there's Florida. That'll be a good little note for you. And then come up here. There's Alaska, the parts of Canada. Okay. So, doop. And this is highly fictionalized, or not fictionalized, but it's magnified for the sake of the drawing. So,
Okay.
let's say
That's actually
this
pretty
is
decent. That is not bad. I see Florida. Yep.
yeah. So where is it? Florida's like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm doing this in reverse. Right there, that's like the Bahamas. That's the Caribbean. It's right
Right.
off the coast of Florida, a couple hundred miles. Um, when you think about pirates, people don't think about it like that, but like that was mainly where like the golden age of pirates happened. It was off the coast of fucking Florida. Um, it was in the Bahamas. It was in Hispaniola. It was
Are
Haiti.
you telling me the
Um,
Tampa Bay Buccaneers? There's a reason for that.
Yes, I am.
All right.
Not only that, Edward Teach, Blackbeard, he was from like fucking Massachusetts. Like he was all up and down the East Coast that entire time. Um, there's a really good show on HBO right now. It's called Our Flag Means Death, and it's really fucking funny. But it's about a real man. His name was Steed Bonnet, and Steed was from the Bahamas. He was born to like a plantation owner in the Bahamas, white British dude, and he basically abandons his life. He abandons his wife and his kids, and he becomes a pirate. He sells part of his land. He builds a pirate ship. He constructs a fucking pirate crew, and they called him the Gentleman Pirate because he didn't know how to be a pirate. He would like politely ask to come on ships. He wouldn't steal anything. He would just hang out. And then
Man, you're one of
he
those Grand Theft Auto players, huh? You don't be doing stuff in the sandbox mode. You just be playing the missions and shit and calling it good.
one day, Steed Bonnet gets boarded by none other than Edward Teach, Blackbeard
Oh my
himself.
god.
Blackbeard takes a liking to Steed Bonnet, and he becomes the unofficial captain of Steed Bonnet's ship, and they do pirating together for about 6 years. This show is about that period of time, and it's highly implied. The show is not implied, it's blatant, but it is implied through historical documents that Steed Bonnet and Edward Teach were lovers, which was not uncommon in piracy. There were a
Yeah.
lot of homosexual pirates.
Good.
Not necessarily due to circumstance, but like actually,
Just that's just what they yeah.
that's who they were.
Dude,
Um,
that's my thing. There's bound to be, right? Like,
well, and it's
you know,
well,
like
I mean, that was the epitome of freedom, right? They wanted pure freedom, and where else
So-
can you be free than people who also want to be free?
that's why pirates are red in Magic. Typically, red or blue. Sometimes black if they're undead. But freedom, baby. Baby.
So it baby. Um,
I miss Raven the Kid. I gotta fucking link up with that guy soon.
yeah, he's good shit.
Ah,
But yeah, dude, pirates are rad, and a lot of people don't realize that, like, literally, when people are like, "Oh, I went to Sandals, Jamaica," like
Sandals.
couple hundred years ago, like that was probably a pirate hotspot right where you're standing, like cool shit like that.
Are
There's
you
also
telling me Florida Man used to be Pirate Man?
Yeah, or
And
Spanish man
if a pirate
looking for
man
the
would,
Fountain of Youth.
so if a pirate man went down to Japan, would it be Pepsi Man? Dun, 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 dun,
Fancy
dun.
man.
Oh, fuck, I
Um,
so badly, I could probably just emulate it. But I really just want a Japanese PS1 and a copy of Pepsi Man. Super expensive and hard to get your hands on. It's Japanese exclusive. I have to play this game. It's a
have you
runner.
seen it played?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, I was gonna
runner.
say.
It's like a Temple Run, but I have to fucking play Pepsi Man. I
Yeah.
will not rest. I will not die. You better revive my ass till I play some Pepsi Man. You understand me?
So I want to circle back to Pirates
I was
for
about
a
to say
second.
not to throw everything
So
up top.
you said Florida man. Do you know anything about Juan Ponce de Leon?
It's familiar, yes. There
So
is references in Soul Calibur 6.
Juan
Anyway.
Ponce de Leon was a Spanish explorer,
Mm-hmm.
and he believed that the Fountain of Youth was in Florida. He went searching for the Fountain of Youth, and it was theorized. There was actually a location where they thought it was, and I'll have to look it up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think it's outside of a major city in Florida now. And give me a second.
That better be like Fountain of Youth dispensary or some shit right now. If not,
Okay,
you're missing out on marketing.
so if I remember correctly, they thought it was near St. Augustine, and according to this article that I found, the Fountain of Youth Archaeological Park is actually in St. Augustine.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I looked it up. I was like, huh? Yeah, okay.
So,
Ponte de
um,
Leon.
yeah, cool. Then you know what they say about the Fountain of Youth? It's supposed to make you young forever, and you know what can make you look young? This is not an ad; it is the milk fact. Vitamin D can make you look young,
Can it?
and it can. It's good for your skin. It's
I
good for
thought it
your
was just a
health.
bones thing. Huh.
No, it is. It's good for your health. But for all of our lactose intolerant lovers out there, um, there are other sources of vitamin D aside from milk. Would you like to hear some of these obscure sources?
Hit me with it, because all I can think of right now is milk. So go ahead.
Well, of course there's milk, but there's also orange juice with vitamin D. It's regularly available at your grocery store.
Did they add
But
vitamin D to it?
yeah, pretty much it's been
Okay.
fortified with vitamin D.
Okay, cool.
There are other sources that have not been altered, like beef liver, sardines, salmon, cod liver oil,
Stop.
swordfish,
You just
and
named
tuna
like you
fish.
just named like 4 out of 6 shitty things just now. That's
Well,
horrible.
if you don't like any of those, you can stick to egg yolks and fortified cereals.
Did you just tell me that Milktown is part of a balanced breakfast? So you just fucking told me right now? In
That could be
layman's terms.
That could be a shirt.
Do it.
I've been trying to get in touch with the designers about getting an actual graphic T-shirt for the show done.
Nice.
Which is, I mean, fucking ironic because hold on, which hand is which? Okay,
That's your
so
left. That's your right.
that guy right there is a fucking designer.
They said I thought you were gonna say disaster. I'm like, it's true. It's damn true.
That man right there is a fucking disaster.
I do design. This is facts. I design all of my shit on my channel, and I get really
Yeah.
offended when, and no hate to any fellow designers, but stay the fuck out of streamers' inboxes. We don't like it. We don't like when you message us. We don't want to see your portfolio. Some of us worked really hard on our artwork, so we don't want to hear you come in. Especially when they lead and they copy paste these messages. One of them was like, "You look like you're in need of a graphic." Well, now just fuck you. Get the fuck out of my inbox. Maybe I would have let you do some work if you didn't come off so fucking pretentious. Anyway, look, man, I love my design. Very sunsetty, very, very me. Yeah, man. Fuck off.
But yeah, so that was this week's milk fact. It's just about vitamin D.
Very cool.
We were talking about the Fountain of Youth. I got nothing else to say about the Fountain of Youth. I just thought it would be a fun way to lead into the vitamin D thing. But yeah, there's A lot of historical shit in this episode.
We went from illegal substances to like history, and then there was like a little in between with magic.
Well, hold on. Let me put on my essayist brain and let's tie it all back
I
together.
thought you were gonna
So
put on the three glasses. I was like, is that what he's gonna do right now? Is it time for three glasses?
we can do it.
All right,
They
let's
don't
do
call
it.
me three glasses for nothing.
That's because they don't anyway.
So
This is
pirates
Sonny.
sought freedom, and not only did they seek freedom, two for the price of one.
Hey,
We seek freedom.
they sometimes sought two for the price of one. I can see that. That's a bargain,
we
my guy.
seek we seek freedom from the prejudices of things that grow in the ground.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's my essayist
Ooh.
callback. That's tying it all.
Ooh. I'm a fan. I love it. All right, so we talked about history. We talked about kind of plans you had weekends from now. What are your plans this upcoming week? This episode comes out. What does Tuesday through Friday look like?
I told you this the other night, but I'm very excited. So, you know what? I'm gonna follow the theme. We talk about cool stuff, we joke a little bit, and then it gets real sad and somber. So here's time to get sad and somber, right?
Dear Slim,
Um,
I wrote you, but you still ain't calling.
I wrote my cell, my whole phone, and my
My
pager
pager
at
at
the
the
bottom.
bottom.
Um, so I didn't have a great childhood, but one of the things that I will give my biological mother is that she was really supportive of anything I wanted to try.
There you go.
Um, when I was living in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and I talked about this a little bit a couple episodes back when I told you I reconnected with one of my friends.
Hmm.
When I was living in Cheyenne, Wyoming, I decided that I wanted to learn how to play guitar. And my mom, like I said, she wasn't the best mom, but she was really supportive. So she took me to a pawn shop and we were able to get me a guitar and an amplifier. I no longer have the amplifier because it was cheap. It shorted out a long time ago and it was covered in like shag carpet. It was a fire hazard. Um, I still have that guitar. I don't know if I want to get rid of it, but I just never have the I don't know. I don't have the. It's not the want to because I want to get rid of it, but I just can't bring myself to do it.
Hmm.
Um, it's a piece of shit. It's a cheap. It's like it's the equivalent of like the Walmart brand of guitars. Um, but regardless, whenever she died, I moved in with my brother's family, and um, his dad played guitar
Hmm.
and he was really excited that I played and I was learning how to play. And the summer in between fifth and sixth grade, I really kind of buckled down and I was learning really heavily, and I got pretty good really fast.
Hmm.
And he was like, I went up to him one day and I was like, "Hey, I really like to get a new guitar. Like we, like from what I'm learning and what you've told me, the one I have is not great."
Hmm.
And he's like, "You're right, it's not." He's like, "Come to work with me and we'll see about getting you a guitar." And
Cool.
I did. He owned his own business. He did concrete, so I went to work with him a couple of times for the summer. And it was right next to a music store. And each day we'd get off work and he'd drive me over there, and I would test out some guitars and try to find one that I liked. And sure enough, I found one that I liked, and I had it plugged into an amp, and he liked the way that the amp sounded, so he got me the amp too. We dropped
That
about a
is
thousand.
wow. What
Yeah,
a feel good story.
we dropped about $1,000 that day on my setup. Um, but it was a really cool guitar. They stopped making them in 2007. It's
Hmm.
an Ibanez GAX 75. It's a double cutaway, so it looks kind of like an SG, a Gibson SG.
Hmm.
But the feature of this guitar that sold it was so the bridge of a guitar
Hmm.
is where the strings go through the back and
Right.
come up to the head of the guitar,
Hmm.
where it's tuned at the top. That's the head. So underneath the bridge of the guitar, not trying to reference any song here, there was a secondary bridge.
Hmm.
on just the bottom E string where it had a switch on it, and if you flip the switch, it would drop the tuning. So it was made for like hard rock guitarists. So you could go from standard E tuning
Mm-hmm.
to drop D tuning just by flipping this switch.
Nice
Um, it
technology.
was it was pretty cool. I never really used the drop switch because it was hit or miss. Um, but I had that guitar for about 5 6 years, and I really loved it, man. Like it did everything I wanted it to do, and it sounded great. And whenever I got into high school, I moved out of that household, and we fell on hard times, and I sold my entire setup, actually multiple times.
Oh.
I sold my entire setup once to one of my friends,
Mm.
and he got some use out of it. And then one day I was like, "Hey man, I'd like to buy it back from you." And he said, "You know what? If anyone deserves to have music in their life, it's you. You can just have it back."
Oh, nice.
Um, so he came and he dropped it off. Shout out to Jake. I haven't talked to Jake in forever.
Yo,
I don't know what's up with Jake, but
thank you,
shout out
Jake.
to
Not
Jake.
from State Farm. Love it.
um,
Oh, the irony.
yeah, no, I know. But so Jake gave me my setup back, and then once again fell on hard times. So I sold it again. I sold it to a pawn shop. Um,
Hmm.
I haven't had that guitar in about 10 years. And every now and again, I get in the mood where I'm like, I want to look and see if I can find one like it. Um, they're kind of hard to find. There's some on Reverb that are in like bad condition with like cracked necks and stuff like that, where I just don't want to put in the effort to fix it on top of that cost and the shipping cost. And the other day I was on Facebook Marketplace. I know I said I deleted Facebook. I'm only on Facebook now to sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace, but I was on Facebook Marketplace, found a guy 7 minutes from my house who is selling that exact same model and color of guitar. And I messaged him in the middle of the night, and I was like, "Hey, I hope this is still available. I had one of these guitars just like this one. I loved it, and I miss it every day." And he hit me back up, and he was like, "It's yours if you want it." And I was like, "That's incredible. I don't get paid until Friday, and then I can come get it." And he
Hmm.
was like, "I'll hold it."
Oh, nice.
So
Hell yeah.
so tomorrow I'm going to pick it up, and I will be able to. I'll have a simulacrum of the guitar that I once had. It won't have the same feel because it's had different fingers on it.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited to have it back. And the reason why, and I will announce it now because I want to build some hype about it. For the entire month of November,
Milktown on tour, baby. Let's go. No, not yet.
that
Oh,
would be
I'd
cool.
love to announce that one day.
That would be cool. No, we're not going on tour, but we
God damn it.
are going on, I guess I'll say, a topical hiatus, because our episodes for the month of November will not be like what you're seeing now. It will be a one-shot D&D campaign featuring your two favorite milkmen.
I'm so ready. Man, I almost accidentally announced that shit a couple episodes back, and I was like, you made a face, and I was like, ugh. Yeah, I can't
Yeah,
wait for that thing we have planned, man.
we're coming up. It's August, so we've got about 3 months.
Shit.
I wanted to give you guys the heads up. So yeah, for the month of November, we're going to be doing a one shot. My former permanent DM is going to be DMing us. It's going to feature myself as a player character, Nate as a player character. Um, our friend Mister from a couple of co-ops will also
Yeah.
be a player character, and then our new friend RJ in a cave will also be a player
Fucking
character.
love RJ in the cave. Love that dude.
So it's going to be a really fun time,
Mhm.
and really excited about it. But as you guys know, I have been pretty hands-on with the theme aspect of Milktown. Whereas if you listen to the Milktown theme, it's not hard to discern that it's all just me a cappella.
That's facts.
So I'm actually purchasing this guitar to do a new theme for that D&D one shot, because to build a little bit more hype, if you guys are Stranger Things fans, this is a campaign set in the 1980s that features a reference to a horror movie, and as such, I don't want to give too much away. But if you liked Eddie Munson, I think you'll like this D&D one shot. It should be a lot of fun.
Magic Missile will become Magic 2x4. It'll be great.
No, it'll actually be magic from what I
That's good.
understand.
That's
We
good.
still have to do we still have to do our session 0. We
Hmm.
haven't done that yet. I actually was planning on talking with our DM about that this weekend. Um, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually talking about hold on. We're 3 months out. Let me do
Hmm.
some math.
Oh shit! I need to change my
You know
calendar.
what? Yeah, I'll announce it. I'll announce it. It'll be cool. Build some hype about it. I'm gonna make custom dice for all the players. I'm learning about the process of making resin polyhedral dice,
3D
and
printing.
no, I'm actually gonna be casting them in
Oh,
molds.
nice. Can I show you?
Um,
Actually, I think I already showed you guys. Did I show you guys what Mister 3D printed for me? I might
I
have, but
think
it
you. I
it
think
might
you
have been
showed
off
me,
stream.
but I don't know if you showed it on the episode.
Check this shit out, man. So, Mister's partner crocheted a Daxter from Jag and Daxter plushie, like real tall. As a bonus, they 3D printed a precursor orb for me, and
Yeah, that's really
it
cool.
sits right here. Oh shit, Spyro's going down. That's all right. Very rad. Can I tell you one guitar story since we were talking about guitars? Uh,
Can I have you back pocket it for a second while I make this
oh,
announcement?
I don't have any back pockets, but I'll shove it up my ass. Go
So,
ahead.
but I'm getting into making dice. I'm gonna make dice for all of the players in the DM. So 5 sets of dice total. I'm having Mister 3D print a jumbo D20, which will be Milktown themed, and I
Ooh.
plan on making, if not one, maybe two extras, which we will be giving away to you, the listener. How we do that, we haven't decided yet.
I have some ideas. We can talk about it.
But get hype about the D&D stuff. Let us know what you think in the chat, and maybe we'll talk after the show. I don't want to air that in un, unfiltered thought to the audience, but go ahead and tell your guitar story.
Um, so, as everybody knows, I bring it up often. I was in Rent, the musical
Yes.
about AIDS. The Okay, there's a lot of lead characters, but the lead character in Rent is Roger, and he's a rock star, like ex-rocker, has AIDS now. Might have to censor that out later. Don't know yet. I think it's okay though. Um, when I saw the show originally, I saw it before I was ever in it. I just assumed that whoever got to play Roger had to know how to, play a little bit of guitar because he does throughout the show. He plays certain things, like certain melodies from the opera it's based off of and shit like that.
La
No!
Boheme.
La Boheme, thank you. I couldn't remember it for a minute. Um, Not the case. No. He just sits there, pantomime plays, musician in the back playing all of the Roger shit. Which I should have guessed, but I didn't, and it really like threw me off when we were like rehearsing. Yeah. La Boheme, by the way, go see it. Worth it to see it, even without Rent. Solid fucking musical, dude. Very funny, very hilarious.
Yeah.
Fucked up ending, but very hilarious, very good. Um,
So, okay, another little historical tangent I want to go on relating to music too. Um, a lot of people think that I'm just going to classify it as classical music because to the untrained ear, it's all classical music.
sure, yeah.
But Mozart, who famously was a Baroque musician,
And a badass. Like a little
yeah,
kid.
well, he was also, it's theorized that he was probably an autistic savant.
Yes.
But Mozart was notorious for writing jokes in his music. And he actually wrote a piece of music where if you transcribe the music to actual words, it translates to, I'm just gonna say it, it's historically accurate. And if we're not getting monetized anyway,
We're fine.
it translates to lick me in the anus.
Lovely. Oh, Musetta's Waltz. That's what he plays. It's called Musetta's Waltz. Anyway.
But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff coming up in the Milktown extended universe. Oh, I'll tell this story too. We got another celebrity response.
We did. I
Um,
saw.
it's not a yes, unfortunately. We haven't gotten a yes yet, but Nate and I have been on a Magic the Gathering kick,
Yeah.
and aside from discovering that I have a Magic the Gathering tattoo without knowing it,
That was hilarious.
um, Uh, I was looking at these old Magic the Gathering cards, looking at the artwork, and I see a name that I recognize, and the last name is it's either Dieterlizzy or Ditterlizzy. I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name, but I'm like, man, that looks familiar.
Dead
So I look
ass.
it up.
Whenever I see that name on a card, I go De Tortellini because I'm fucking awful. Anyway,
So I look it up, and I'm like, of course I know that name. It's Tony Dieterlizzy, and he wrote the Spiderwick Chronicles with his wife Holly Black. He also did the art for the old school Magic cards. But I emailed Tony Dieterlizzy, and they emailed back and just said no, he's too busy.
man's just busy. Yeah.
So second celebrity response, and of all of the people that I thought would ever respond, the fact that Lex Luthor and the author of the Spiderwick Chronicles have responded.
Hey man. Very coolly, might I add. They're all very cool and polite and chilling, man. Like
Both responses that we've gotten have been very nice.
very positive. Yeah, you know.
Yes. So, yeah, a lot of no responses, but the two we've gotten, very nice.
I have a list. You got me motivated after I saw that second email, and I have like a small list of people I need to go email later. Top of my list, Jesse L. Martin. Mans was in The Flash, but he was also the original Tom Collins in Rent, which is what I played. I'd fucking love to talk to that guy for an hour and a half.
Jesse L. Like from Law and Order?
Yep. He was Tom Collins in Rent.
Yeah.
Yes.
He'd be cool. He'd be cool.
I fucking love that guy. He just seems happy all the time. I fucking love that guy. Jesse L. Martin. Cool. I fucking love you. Platonically.
Jesse L. Martin, if you just randomly stumble across Milktown, we'd love to have you on.
Dude, yes. I fucking love Jesse L. Martin.
But Nate, after Nate saw that email, I messaged him. I'm like, oh, I see you opened the Tony Dieterlizzy email. And he's like, yeah, dude, you just be out here shooting shots. I'm like, well, one of these days one will go in.
That's what Stephanie always says to me. Because I was telling her about your most recent, the email. And she's like, well, he's right. You miss every shot you don't take. And I'm like, you're right.
Like, what's the worst that can happen? They don't respond.
They say no, or yeah, don't respond. Actually, no is probably a little nicer than not responding.
Yeah, it's at least a definitive thing. And both of these instances, they're not like, hey, no, never. It's like, not
busy
right now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I really like randomly messaging celebrities. So one of these days we'll have a celebrity guest on, but not anytime soon.
We'll just pop it up on you. We won't even say anything. You'll just get the Milktown episode. It'll be like featuring fucking. Why did I almost say R. Kelly? We don't want to do that. Just the first celebrity that came to mind because he's been fucking up lately and all over my news feed. Featuring Tortellini. Milktown featuring Tortellini. That's
for how much we talk about Magic the Gathering and D&D, I would love to have, and I messaged a couple of D&D figures, no responses, but it'd be cool to have someone like Chris Perkins or B. Dave Walters would be great to have on. I love B. Dave Walters. And actually, I'm going to shamelessly plug their D&D podcast. If you don't listen to the Black Dice Society, you're fucking up. It's incredible.
I've never heard of that. I got to look into it.
It's incredible, man. Mark Meir is in it. He plays Brother Uriah Macabre, but Mark Meir's the voice actor. He was Commander Shepard in Mass Effect.
Oh, shit. I have a question. But I've never played Mass Effect. Can Commander Shepard be either male or female?
I don't know. I've never played Mass Effect.
Okay, because sometimes when people say Commander Shepard, it's the guy, but also sometimes when people say it's a woman. So I don't know. I guess I could look it up real quick.
Maybe. Well, in that case, he would voice the male version of Commander Shepard if that is the option.
That's kind of Saints Row-ish. Actually, Saints Row really doesn't even make you, much like Knockout City, the characters don't really have specified genders. You can
androgynous.
Correct. Yes. Fun fact, Goldust, the wrestler from the 90s, also androgynous. Very cool dude. That is Cody Rhodes' older brother, Dustin. And for the time, Goldust was very out there. You know, it was very conservative television, and they were like, "Fucking." There's a whole like interview. I might link it. I might not. I don't know, but they were like, "You're gonna play this androgynous character," and Dustin Rhodes is like, "What does androgynous mean?" You know, and fucking he went out there and got, you know, for lack of a better word, weird with it, because for the time, you know, society viewed it as weird. Really took off. Fucking Goldust, great character. I'm glad Dustin can just wrestle as Dustin, though. I could tell he was getting tired of Goldust.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Let me see.
Black Dice Society also, for how much we love Smosh, Sage Ryan, she's in it.
Okay, there you go.
Also, if you follow anything Magic or D&D related or board game related, Becca Scott, she is in it.
Okay, I have my answer for Mass Effect.
Okay.
Main protagonist of Mass Effect, whose gender, appearance, skills, and pre-service history are all customizable and have impacts on the story. So yeah, Mark Meer is the male. Jennifer Hale is the female voice.
Oh, nice.
So, very cool.
Very, very cool.
I'm rating Saints Row's coming out, man. Not to change the subject. I'm excited about D&D as well. But to hold me over until we can fucking get that off the ground, Saints Row's coming out this month. The default protagonist is a female, which is weird, different, you know. But obviously you can customize the boss any way you want. I can't wait because it's set in like Midwest, not even Midwest, just like Southwest, like San Diego kind of. But more deserty, so maybe more Nevada.
Tempe.
So yeah, I'm excited for that.
Shout out all my homies in Tempe. Tempe, where you at? Let me know in the comments. Glendale folks, raise up.
International people, where you at? Show us.
We have listeners in Canada, and one in Scotland.
I don't know anybody in Scotland.
Okay, actually, yeah. The one listener in Scotland, I don't know if he's keeping up with it or not, but he did our animation.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
So
He
are you
actually
telling
told
me
me
it's not Drew McIntyre? Fuck. Hey, Drew McIntyre, shout out, bro. We'd love to have you on the show.
He actually told me what I could credit him as instead of using his real name. So let me pull that up, and I'm going to give him credit really quick.
Okay.
He said I can say his name, and it's not a problem. But his Instagram is at Scoby, so SCOBI animation. And yeah, his real name is Dean. He's a very talented animator. He did our animation. And I just want to go ahead and give him his flowers really quick.
What a fucking stellar dude.
So, yeah. I've got nothing else to say. What kind of... I know you said you're going to California. You put in your 2 weeks at your job. Those are very big moves. You're going to get your Funkos back.
Yes. Oh, God. Man, it wouldn't be a big deal if I didn't have, like, all of the Crash ones. I didn't think there'd be so many. I thought maybe, okay, we'll get a Crash Bandicoot. Maybe. No. There's like a whole collection. Crash in scuba gear. Crash in a biker out. Like, holy shit. I forgot how many outfits this man has.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting on Jack and Daxter. Naughty Dog, balls, you're in court on that one. Assholes. Naughty Dog really went, oh, you guys, we know you've been waiting for a remake. You know, ... Everyone's like, Jack and Daxter, fucking Last of Us. A fucking remake.
I don't know if Naughty Dog has any... I don't know if Funko has any Naughty Dog licenses.
They might not. No, because Crash is Activision, so...
Because I don't think they don't have like a Sly, do they?
Well, Sly's not Naughty Dog. Sly is Sucker Punch.
Oh, Sucker Punch, you're right, yep.
Let me see.
Also, while you're looking that up, there is a video by one of my favorite YouTubers. His name is Nakey Jakey, and he has a video that's basically an essay on Naughty Dog's game formula and why it's outdated. Mm-hmm. I think it's literally called Naughty Dog's game formula is outdated. But Nakey Jakey's rad.
To confirm, Uncharted has Funko Pops. Therefore, they do have some Naughty Dog licenses. And
is it Uncharted or is it Uncharted the movie?
It's not the movie. It's Uncharted. Uncharted 4, as a matter of fact. This one I'm looking at. Okay. So, chop on the Jack and Daxter, dude. I don't even want... Everybody wants Jack 4. I really just want a reboot. Hard reboot. Give us the platformer back. Don't give him a gun this time. Ratchet and Clank has the gun. Fuck that. Give him like a staff or a sword or some shit. Fine. Great. Don't give this man a gun. Don't do it again. I don't want to see that. Don't understand why people like Jack 2 still. I always get a lot of flack for that because it's whenever something's number 2, it's the best in the series supposedly. Not me. No, not I. Fuck that. Anyway.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we've got going on. I'm just gonna go ahead and reiterate now. If you've listened to the whole episode, go ahead and like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, the notification bell. It'll let you know whenever we're uploading. Nate and I are both back streaming on Twitch. Hiatus is over. Best friends again. Bam.
Yeah. I almost did this, but that's like a fuck you symbol, not like a...
Best friends again. Yeah. But no, we Oh, really quick, I do want to say this. A couple of weeks ago, I messaged Nate because I had an article recommended to me where I guess Saban is they've licensed out a custom 3D printing service, and now for a designated fee you can order a Power Ranger or Black Panther or I think it's Iron Man action figure with your likeness on it.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
What reminded me is I had my red on here and I was doing some Power Ranger poses, but before Nate and I had talked about it, we were talking about playing at recess. I think it was in the RJ episode.
Yeah.
But I said that everyone should have their own Red Ranger moment, and this is not sponsored, but literally now you can. That's like super dope to me.
Yeah. My favorite Ranger is pretty lame comparatively to everybody else's favorite Ranger.
We know who your favorite Ranger is, but go ahead and say it.
Do you? Do you know who my favorite Ranger is?
Yes, you said it a billion times.
Do you remember? It's been a while.
It's the fucking well, he's gold.
No, he's very cool. The gold one's very cool, but he's not my favorite Ranger. You're in the right series though.
Yeah, that's what
it's in Samurai, but it's not the Gold Ranger. He's not my favorite.
I thought that was your homeboy because he studied to be a marshal, or he was a fisherman or whatever.
I thought it was cool that he was a ranger, not by bloodline. But no, my favorite Ranger is the Green Ranger from that series.
Oh,
because he's a fucking nerd gamer like me, but he's also kind of a stud, so I don't get it. Like they really try to make him look like he's okay. He's the only Ranger who we don't see his parents. And I think that kind of gets me. Everybody else, you see their parents passing them down, the Samuraiser. Mike's parents? Nah. They pick up Mike at the fucking arcade. He's hanging with his homies. Which leads me to believe his parents didn't make it, bud. They just left him the Samuraiser and were like, good luck. Man's got a little bit of a temper. He's so good. He has control over plants and shit. Like the girl from Sky High. So that's his element. It's because the pink one has wind, but he has like plants. It's like... His symbol is like for forest, so I know how to draw it. Man, I used to fucking draw it all over. When I was little, I just draw. Fuck, man, I drew all the Power Ranger symbols, but Jesus.
I used to draw Gurr from Invader Zim.
Invader Zim's a great show. Very funny. Even now I laugh. Like, I get a hard chuckle out of like an alien landing, and the humans are just as gross as everybody views Americans to be at times. Like, they eat shitty fast food, and Zim is like, how the fuck? Why? What? Like, this is gross. Anyway.
Yeah, so, anyway, this has been an episode of Milktown.
Yeah.
Your favorite true crime podcast.
Your favorite murder mystery podcast.
Yeah, tune in next week to find out
who killed Roger Rabbit.
Who's actually running the hotel, and are they definitely a bad person? I am famous world leader Angela Merkel, and this is my co-host, Nostalgia Nate.
I am Magic Johnson. Yup.
And together, we'd like to form Voltron. A great fucking week.
Oh yeah, also have a great fucking week.
Fuck, man.
Fuck.